So I want to show you guys I'm just going to open a square canvas here. I want to show you guys how you can plan out just a couple of words when you're doing some modern calligraphy. So if you're on paper, you can use a pencil. If you're on the iPad, I like to use the sketching tool, and then any color. This one will be good because it's nice and light. So I have a quote that I'm doing for a blog post that I wrote as a guest on another platform, and it's find your people, and then they're everywhere with open arms. So I want to do some modern calligraphy on the words find your people only. So while I could just jump in and do it, I think that this is going to be fun to explore composition. So that's why I wanted to share it with you guys. So I'm going to go in and just kind of do a rough draft. Find your people. So I don't love that setup, but I'm going to kind of move that around and see. So I'm going to make that smaller, and then I'm just going to do this a couple of times because it will help me figure out, it's like thumbnail sketching. Find your, so that could be another way to do it. People's a little bit larger on that one. So basically, like, I could even do, you know, regular, just write it out and then determine like what kind of flourishes I can do off of that. Like I don't know, let's see. So it's just kind of a play time. And I want to really emphasize doing that because you will find opportunity that you wouldn't have found otherwise. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller so it's along with the rest here. So I think I like this better, but you see how it's probably because I was able to experiment more with how I want like flourishes to go. So find, well, I might like that. I think that I want it to be capitalized so I can bring that in. And then my D looks really similar, so do I want it to, or do I want it to come from this way, you know? So those are things to play with. But basically, it's like, just like swirling to see. You could also do ligatures somehow and figure out like, okay, how can I link those together to where it's not gonna be weird. I don't think I want to do any of those right now. But I also don't want to overdo it because I'm doing more of a simple piece. So I feel like this one is kind of what I am leaning toward if I look at all of those. So I think I will go with that. So I'm going to make this larger and my center focus. And I'm going to get rid of, I'm actually not going to get rid of these. I'm going to put them on a different layer. So I'm using 3 fingers after it's selected, go down and then cut and paste. And then I'm just going to drag it below and turn it off. Okay, so once you have that done, that's when you can really apply your mad skills to it. If you're using Photoshop, I have a free brush. It's the Pigeon Letters brush, and I use it for all of my calligraphy pieces. And it has this really nice pressure sensitivity. So, and then I can follow that guide. Maybe not exactly. This is a little bit thick. Find. And then turn the guide off, see how that looks. So you can see it kind of coming together. I don't love this, but I can turn the opacity down and just go again on top of it. And oftentimes this is how I do it. I just work it until I like how it turns out. And that's the thing about like lettering is you kind of have to play around until you're happy with a composition. I don't want it to be that smushed maybe. And I could change my guide, but I kind of know the process of where I want to go with it at this point, so I'm just going to freehand. And I think I like this a lot better. Yeah, I do. So I'm just going to move this over and then I can do the rest of it. So that is just a quick way to navigate. Easy composition, but mostly like adding flourishes because they're really missed opportunities otherwise. So hope that is helpful, you guys. I have a full class on flourishing also that I'll link below, and it's kind of like actually discovering what kind of flourishes you can use where and how, instead of just like guesswork, because there's a lot of swirlies that go along with these flourishes. So I want to help you guys really determine what that looks like.